Hello guys! Welcome back to another episode of Banjo Kazooie. So, this is a little bit different with commentary because, for some reason, my mic did not record during this recording. So I'm doing a voiceover for this, which I think that's okay, I guess. But we finished Rusty Bucket Bay in the last episode, and in this episode, we make our way inside of Click Clock Wood, which is the final world of this game, by the way. But we still have a little bit to go because not only do we have to complete Click Clock Wood 100%, we also have to fight Gruntilda later on. But I've been looking around. I was looking around here at the start, so I'm just gonna kind of give you a play-by-play of what's going on here. So obviously, I get stuck trying to figure out exactly what door, how to get through the door, because I see the spring door. There's summer, autumn, winter, so it's 4 seasons. 4 seasons in Click Clock Wood. So I'm looking around and I'm just like, I can't break the doors open. Let me try a different door instead. And, you know, I tried this for a little bit. But it turns out that if I actually looked around a little bit more, if I looked more closely where the autumn door is, there's a switch that I ground pound on that opens up the spring door, which is actually the first one that I wanted to go into anyway. So the door opens and I make my way over to the spring door. And I also look around just to see if I missed anything as well. But then we get on Kazooie and we go inside. And this world is very interesting because in this, like, obviously the theme is different every season, because obviously with spring, you know, things are starting to grow, like plants, grass, and flowers, all kinds of flowers and stuff. So, you know, as we enter here, I'm just looking around. I couldn't do anything with those plants. I couldn't hurt them or anything. So I'm just like, okay, let's just look around. And at first I'm like, well, it doesn't look like there's going to be much in the spring already, because I don't really see too much. And then we come across this dude, this beaver who's underwater, and he says, "Somebody move this boulder. Naughty can't get in his house." Which, by the way, Naughty is also the, there's 2 bosses in Donkey Kong Country. And the first one are called Naughty and Very Naughty. So it's very interesting. I don't think there's any correlation between the two, but I'm just thinking there. But anyway, so we can't really help Naughty there at all because he's underwater. We don't have any underwater moves to help him. And I find this hole here where something looks like it's going to be growing, so I turn away for a second, but I'm like, wait a minute, what if I poop in it? What if I take a poop in it? And I missed the first egg, but then I decide to poop again. I'm just like, hey, I figured it out. What do you know? What do you know? Pooping solves everyone's problems. I don't know how accurate that is, but, you know, it's, yeah. So then I decided to see if I could do anything with a flower, but I just came to my mind. I'm like, oh, it's obviously going to grow as we go through the other seasons, either in the summer or the autumn or the fall, whatever you want to call it. I prefer to say autumn. Autumn. But then we get more notes, which turns out that in the spring, there's not really that many notes to grab. And the whole premise of Click Clock Wood is that it's a world that has a giant tree in the middle of it. So that's pretty much where most things are going to occur, is inside the tree. There's different places to go, well, on the tree and in the tree. So we'll come across some places that that we can't really do anything with just yet, as you saw with Naughty, but also another animal that we come across. Well, 2 of them, actually. And there's also something else that we come across, too, here soon, so yeah, I'm not really going to cut too much in here as I'm doing the commentary, the voiceover for this, only because I want you to guys get the actual sense of the scale of this map, and also map world, whatever you call it, and just where everything is, just in case you're doing a playthrough of this, or if you're playing along as we're doing this too. So here's the beehive, which I come across here, but I try to get down into where the hole is, and I'm so scared that I'm gonna fall down. But it turns out that we can't fit inside there, so I'm like, okay, well, can't do anything right now, so we'll come back to it later. And I had an idea. I'm like, well, I saw Mumbo's hut. We saw Mumbo's hut there, if you saw it earlier. And I'm just like, maybe I turn into something, maybe I turn into a bee that helps me get through there, and maybe something happens when we actually go in there as a bee. But look, we see a treehouse being built as well, which is one of the other structures that's actually going to be important later on as well. Now, I don't know how important it's going to be in the autumn or the winter, and I only say that because we do both spring and summer in this, but I'm not going to tell you anything about what we do in summer, obviously, because that'll spoil things. I almost fell there, which scared me. I was so scared. I'm like, oh, I almost fell there, guys. You can also see leaves, like little leaves that are trying to sprout there, and we can't jump on those yet. But look, we found this switch. We activate it, and it opens up the summer door. Look at that. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So each switch is in the other season. So the spring switch is the only one that's outside. But look, we found the squirrel. Jump, chew, nab nut likes acorns. I'll just eat a few more. Yeah, he better save them for winter, because, you know, if he eats all of them, then he's screwed over, unless we have to help him get the nuts if he eats them all. But yeah, no, he's going crazy with those acorns. Yeah, I was curious to see if there was anything up here, but no, there is not. Also, there was a Discord. There was a Steam notification happened during this recording as well, and I'm just like, oh, oops, that's okay. But yeah, we just continued to scale up the tree though, which is pretty cool. And we find a bunch of Mumbo tokens, which I think with this being the last world, this is the last time that we actually turn into a different transformation, that we turn into an animal or an object or something. So, but look, we find Eerie. Rawr, me Eerie, mighty ego, needs sleep now. Yeah, so we break him from his shell cage, as I called it. I try to ground pound it to see if I can wake him up, but no, there's nothing we could do. He just comes out of the egg, and then he just starts snoozing away. So we're just like, okay, we'll come back here later, and we'll just keep scaling the tree as we go along. So yeah, I will say that the parkour in this world, with this being the last world, it's obviously going to be probably not the hardest. I would not consider this world to be the hardest world in the game, but I will say traversing it is more difficult than a lot of other ones. So I thought I could kill it with the golden feather, but no, I just had to jump up and grab the Jinjo that way, so. And we're what seems to be the very top, or at least the highest we can go with the tree. We find our first Jiggy, which I was so confused, because I'm like, wait, like I haven't found a place to get our Jiggy yet, but there's actually a lot of places that we actually have come across already that gives us Jiggies. It's just we can't do them yet because we're in the first season of the world, which is spring. So I'm just looking around here trying to figure out exactly how to get up to the top there, but I didn't really bother with it because I'm like, I don't really need the extra life, and I totally forgot the one in the bottom left corner. I didn't even notice it for some reason. So my bad. My bad. But yeah, I just look around and I'm just like, something might be different in the next season in summer. So I come out of there and I'm just like, okay, so how do I get down here safely? So I'm just trying to get my trajectories right. So I'm like, okay, do a jump and then float with Kazooie and then jump in the water, which I barely made, by the way. Crazy. Also, around some of the areas in this map, the frame rate is just low for some reason. Like, I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's the resolution I have on, but not really sure. But we also get 17, we have 17 notes now, which is good. And I look over there on that, but that's just an extra life there. So I'm like, don't really need it. There's a lot of extra lives in this world, but I guess it makes sense because if you, not just for this world, but gonna go fight Gruntilda at some point, yeah. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. It kind of does. So, alright, so I'm looking around a little bit. I'm like, okay, so I gotta find where Mumbo is, Mumbo's hut, and I finally found it, which was just a little walk away. And I made the dumb mistake by jumping into the bramble here. My bramble field makes you yelp, and loss of life, it sure does help. Yeah, whatever, Grunty, whatever. So we have to use the boots to get through the bramble. And look, we find Mumbo himself. And we have a good amount of Mumbo tokens for us to turn into a bee. We're a bee. Mumbo magic much good. Bee is best yet. It sure is. We have such a pointy nose for no reason. Like, I like how we're just a chunky bee. I guess our stinger is through our nose, not our butt. Probably because we're wearing pants. Or maybe we do have a stinger, it's just our... Oh, sorry about that. It's probably just our pants. Pants covering it up, I don't know. Or Kazooie. I wonder what happens to Kazooie when we transform into a different animal or an object. Bzz. Hello, fat little bee. We Zubbas are guarding Grunty's golden honey piece. We've been told there's a honey bear out there. Yep, so we come in here and we see that there's a Jiggy. There's a Jiggy in place on the floor. And we find a Jinjo as well. The second Jinjo, which is cool. But I'm like, okay, so I can't do anything as the bee and there's not really much else in here, so I fly around a little bit to see if like there's anything significant or if I can do anything with the Jiggy, and I'm just like, no, I can't, so I'm just gonna fly out of here because there's no point in being in here anymore, which gives the idea of like, okay, so we probably have to go in there as Banjo in order for us to actually get the bee, da bee. So I actually fly around for a little bit because I was curious about something. I'm like, okay, so since I can actually fly, well, I go to the door real quick because I'm like, okay, I guess we'll head to the next world, but I'm just like, wait a minute. I need to turn around because since I'm a bee and I can fly, I'm gonna see how much higher I can get. And I find these windows here. There's one right in front of me, and then there's one to the right, but I can't do anything with it yet, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to get the flying ability to do it. But guess what? There's a higher position that we couldn't reach without the bee ability, so I'm just like, hey, another Jiggy. And the cool thing is that as the bee, the plants don't actually start doing the chomping motion, so as a bee, we're safe. And we get our second Jiggy, which is awesome. I'm actually really happy about that, so I just look around a little bit. I try to see if I can fly up any higher, but I can't, which makes sense. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess it's time for me to skedaddle. So I just make my way back down, slowly but surely. And then we make our way outside to the hub area of the world. And then we head into the summer season, which is pretty cool, pretty cool. I do like a world like this, though, how it goes through different seasons. It's definitely unique. And for a final world, it's pretty cool how they do it like that. I do like that. I know there's probably some of you wondering when I'm going to be doing the shorts for the honeycomb pieces. Mumbo magic get weak. And then, yeah, magic run out. I've planned to do it before we do the finale of Banjo Kazooie. So I've thought about either doing shorts or just doing one video of just spliced together parts. Eek, hungry animals like caterpillars. Yeah, so the caterpillars are pretty significant because Eerie is wanting to eat caterpillars, so we go around and find them. But I plan on doing probably a video that just showcases where all of them are. And I'll do a proper video of that, like a tutorial to show you guys where all of them are in each world. So I could probably show you the ones that are missing, though. The ones that we're actually missing, because it wouldn't really... I mean, I don't know. It's up to you guys. Do you want me to do a tutorial that shows all of them? Because I could do another save where I just do that for the honeycomb pieces. Or do you want me to just show you the missing pieces? And guess what? We got another Jiggy, which was pretty cool. So Jiggy number 3. Just let me know in the comments down below which way you want me to do it. Either the missing ones the ones that I don't have, or I should just do all of them, just as a proper tutorial. Because I wouldn't mind doing that. I'm down to do either. Just let me know, because I know we've come across ones already in this game that I just randomly come across that I actually didn't really look to find in like videos or anything. We just kind of just came across them on our own. Yeah, like I said, just let me know. But yeah, so you see that there's an extra life in there, but I'm like, I'm not gonna bother doing that. Not gonna bother trying to get that. So I'm looking around the treehouse, which is a little more built up, by the way, during the summer, which is pretty cool. The only thing that's left is like the floor to be built in. So, and I tried to get up on the roof, but it was a bad idea because I almost fell because I slid off the roof because I was thinking there was something up there, but there was not. There was not a Jinjo because I didn't hear a Jinjo at all, and yeah, so it was just not a good idea for me to do that. So we just go the normal path again, just like in spring. It's pretty much the same path, except some new things are existing. So like there's platforms to the left that we go to next after we come back out of this house. Grown. Nabnut's eaten too many acorns. I've got none left for next winter now. Yep. So Nabnut does not have any nuts anymore, and he farts, which I'm like, gross. I say gross because she's like, did he actually fart? And then you can hear his belly like rumbling and like just swishing around. It's so gross. And I thought I could do a shoulder charge at him and have him throw up all the acorns, but no, that's not how it works. So I just go down the platform and we get the next worm, which is worm number 3. And we need 5 of them total, so pretty much on your way up the tree, you actually don't find all 5. So I'll just say that right now. I'll say that you don't find all 5. And the thing about the notes too is that even though I looked everywhere in the spring, like I'm still probably unsure, like did I get all the ones that I could get in spring? I did not. Also, I fell here, which was really, really bad, and I'm just like, great. But hey, there's some health there, so I'll just pick it back up. So we have to make our way back up to the top, unfortunately. But in the meantime, it was actually kind of a good thing because we found the next worm, worm number 4, which was funny. So I'm just like, cool. So it wasn't so bad after all falling down. Also, this bird literally just beats the crap out of me because I'm doing terrible at trying to kill them. And I don't know if winter has them too, but I know that spring and summer has them. Same with autumn, I don't know about it either. And there's an entry point now with the beehive that we can break open. But I open it first, but I'm just like, I'm not gonna do that right now because I think I'm gonna die or get beat up if I actually do it. So we skip past that and then we make our way back up again. And the way that we're going next is we're actually gonna head to Erie, which is funny because I actually forgot the bird's name as I was making my way over there. And I'm just like, oh, I already forgot the bird's name. I can't believe that happened. Can't believe that happened. So, yeah, anyway, so what happens now is we pass the squirrels, or Napnut's house, and then I do what I should have done, which was the beak attack from Kazooie, because it actually is not another jump, but it is a way to extend a jump, so. Yummy, juicy caterpillar, nice. Yep, so we give him 4 of them, but we're missing 1 of them. We're still missing 1. So I'm like, okay, I need to find the next one. But I decide to continue going up because obviously we haven't been up here yet during the summer. So that's what I do first before actually trying to find the last worm. And doing any other stuff that's in the world, so. And that plant has nothing, because I think that plant only has the Jinjo, I'm pretty sure. Maybe, I could be wrong, because the seasons are different, and what is accessible is different. So I come back up here at the top of the tree, at least the highest point that Banjo and Kazooie can get to in the tree. And I find an extra life, which is pretty cool, so. But I just look around to see if there's anything else in here, which is interesting because the extra life actually was in a different position than in spring, so. But I cut here and we go back to Naughty. You look pretty strong. Can you move this boulder for me? And I use the shoulder dash and we break it open. Wow, what strength. Come inside and I'll give you a reward. So here's the catch. Even with Kazooie, we can't get up there because the slope is too steep and we need something else to get up there with. And I'm kind of confused as to how to get up there, but I didn't figure it out. But at the end of the river, we find the autumn switch, and that opens up the next area. And with it being summer, the water has receded to a point where we can walk around, which is pretty cool. So that's how we were able to help Naughty. So after I hit the switch, I do another cut, and we actually head to the flower. But before that, there's a little platform that you gotta jump down to on the side that's by the flower. And there's another worm, which I come to find out there's actually more than 5 worms that you can grab, so. And look, we find Gobi! Oh no, it's you two again. Gobi thought he was safe here. Yep, so poor Gobi has to be ground pounded again. Will you stop doing that? It took me ages to find more water. But that water made the flower grow even bigger and taller. And I can't really do too much with Gobi anymore, so he just falls asleep. So, and that was pretty much it for the flowers. So I'm like, I guess it's gonna bloom during autumn. It's an autumn flower. But then we head back to Erie, where we can feed him the last worm. And guess what? Just like the flower, Erie grows as well. Erie now full, needs more sleep. Yep, he has to sleep some more. And I'm pretty sure he'll be important next season. But one of the final things we do is we actually finally head into the beehive. Because I'm like, okay, I did everything else that I think I could do, so. Bzz, the honey bear. He's after Grunty's golden honey piece. Sting him, Zubbas. So, yeah, this is the part where I was so scared of, which if I had at least, probably 5 golden feathers, it would be better that way, because they would just run into me and then they would just die. But I actually fought him off, I guess, the normal way? Because I guess the golden feather method is, you could probably consider that the normal way, but I'd say that's more of the cheesy way to do it. So I did it eventually. Zarg, he's eaten us. Oh well, we were getting bored of guarding it anyway. and I give them my thanks, and we get Jiggy number 4. So my thought process in this was there might be one season that has 3 Jiggies, because if it's 2, 4, 6, 8, there has to, or I'm sorry, 4 or 3, just like the first season did. So I cut to getting to Mumbo's hut, and I took a bit of a shortcut from a branch. And look, there's another worm, just in case we, if we couldn't find one of the other ones, there's one by his hut. So too hot for magic. Mumbo wants suntan. Yeah, so it's too hot for him to do any magic. So he might be able to do it during the autumn. So I'm just like, what? Okay, whatever. So I look around his hut, and I find another Mumbo token, which I don't think any more Mumbo tokens are gonna be that useful anymore, because we have enough. So I'm just like, okay, I think summer's done. So we head outside the door. We head directly outside to the main hub, and I look around in the streams a little bit because I see a golden feather there and all that. But I also take the moment to pause because I wanted to check our stats, our totals. So we have 36 notes, 4 jiggies, no honeycomb pieces yet, which maybe they are probably in autumn and winter, so possibly. It is a possibility that they're there. So, and this is where I was talking about how maybe there's more jiggies in one season than the other as a possibility, so. But I find a position to end the episode, so yeah. The next one, we're going to continue onward to the autumn world, or the autumn season, and we're going to move on to the winter season as well. And hopefully this time my voice will be recorded. I hope you're okay with the voiceover and the play-by-play with this. Let me know down below if I missed anything. This is going to be a little different because I'm going to do it in between. I'm not going to do 2 recordings at once. So just let me know in the comments below if I missed anything. It would really help me out. But if you guys did enjoy this, be sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. I would really appreciate that. And don't forget to hit subscribe as well, because it lets me know that you guys enjoy the content on the channel and would like to see more. I have been Savvy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys. See you later.